welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Adriana from Adriana's Paper Crafts, and today's video is actually going to be trying out something that a lot of people in my Facebook group have occasionally brought up, and it is a mini bag heat sealer. So this one is the Carriage brand. I got it off of Amazon. And I initially got it not because of the comments or questions that are being brought up in the group, but because I want to be able to seal my, my chips, like my hot Cheetos, after I open them so that they stay fresh longer. But also because I want to try to see if I can actually kind of seal this little baggie closed. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is what that little sealer looks like. This is cute because it comes in a little case. I got it in this little like teal color so it'll match my like logo or whatever. Like you can see I have some teal just like around my office. So I thought, why not? So it looks like a little hair straightener, but this one is safe to actually use to melt plastic together. Whereas your straightener definitely should not be used to be melting plastic together. And it's small, as you can see from my hand here. It's just a small little thing, All right, so I've got that plugged in. The cord is not like super long, like my straightener's cord, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I've got this turned on. There are no heat settings, like a dial or anything. It's just an on-off switch, and it has little ridges on here. So let me zoom in for you guys. So you can see those little ridges right there. Another thing that I wanted to try out with this is to see if it can create that crimp effect on paper. But that's a whole other thing. So my main focus is to use it just for sealing plastic. So we're going to check that out today. All right, so while I'm letting that heat up, I'm going to go ahead and put this little bag to use. This bag is probably about 4 by 6 or a little under. Just got it from, I don't know, probably Walmart, maybe Amazon. I honestly don't know at this point because I have so many different size bags. And this is the only bag that I have that is not self-sealing. This one is like a little zipper one, and I honestly don't like it. I just kind of find it a little tacky, but whatever, that's a whole other thing. But what I use these small ones for are for when a customer purchases, you know what, this is why I don't like these, because the zipper gets stuck, and then by the time I open it, it's left all these little kind of stretchy plastic bits where you could tell that I was struggling with it. So I'm hoping that this little sealer, I'll be able to seal it like right here, effectively getting rid of this part altogether. So again, we're going to check that out. But what I normally do is when somebody orders a custom lighter for me, I put them in here. So I have a customer who ordered 3 lighters. Isn't she beautiful? Of just her face. I'm assuming they're a gift or something. And so I put them in here, just like so. And then I close off the bag, and then after I close the bag, I'll usually fold it over. Oops, let me straighten this. So they'll be like this, and I'll usually just tape this over. Again, I'm trying to make it a little bit more professional looking, so this is why I wanted this little plastic sealer. So we're gonna test it out. Now, I read on Amazon that this should not take too long. I have not read the instructions. I'm literally just using this straight out of the box. So if I screw it up, you are going to screw up with me, okay? All right, so I'm sure. Oh, I can already kind of feel it. Ah! Ah! Okay. I literally only had that on for, I feel like 5 seconds. Honestly, it kind of felt like it was like 15 minutes. And already it like threw it, but it didn't seal it. I can still see where it's open. So let me just do it for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna do a little bit more. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. It like immediately comes off. But look, it didn't seal it though. You see that it's still open, and this thing has melted plastic all over it now. You can see that it's got all that shiny stuff right there. That's all that melted plastic. This side doesn't have anything, which is weird. But this side does. So it's like, how are you supposed to clean that? I mean, I'll read the instructions later, but what the? All right, so obviously that did not go well. It just did not go as just how I expected it to go. But honestly, right now I'm thinking, what if it's just because of the type of plastic it is? Maybe the plastic on this little baggie was already too thin. Now on Amazon, the reason I chose this is because it made it look like thin plastic materials are able to work with it, but I don't know, maybe it's not. However, the main reason that I originally got this was to start sealing all of my snack bags, the ones that I personally have here at Snacking Away at Home. So that should work. So we're about to test that out. I've got my little Hot Cheetos baggie here with my little clippies. All right, so my chips are down here. And as we know, the material that legit chip bags are made out of, I don't know what this is. So I don't even want to guess because I feel like I'm going to say something dumb. But it's obviously very different from like a Ziploc type of plastic, right? So I feel like the effect is going to be different on this. So we're about to check that out. And then I will also be testing it on paper, not because we can seal our party favorite chip bag wrappers with it, which I will get to in just a second. All right, so I'm about to try it on this because this is originally why I wanted to get it. I'm just tired of like my chips going stale. So I'm gonna try it. Oh, I can like see it shrinking down. Oh, okay. I can already see that. How am I supposed to get like all the way across though? Like, that's a good question. How am I supposed to like, it's so small in width. I mean, I guess I can like, reach over and then start to like, I'm gonna pick it up. I can see the plastic shrinking. Okay. I think we got somewhere. I'm gonna grab some scissors and I'm gonna trim off this top part. Okay. Wow, it's not hot. It's like a little warm. That's closed. Let me. Yeah. That's closed. Cool. I mean, it's a little scary looking, you know. But yeah, doesn't that look like the tops of like frozen food when you go buy it? Like you go buy a bag of tater tots, that's what that thing looks like at the top. That's cool. Okay, so it works on legitimate bags of snacks, but it seems like this kind of Ziploc plastic is not going to work, which really sucks because I really wanted it to work. I mean, yeah, it sealed it in like one tiny spot here. I don't know if you can, but everywhere else it's still open, so I'm gonna have to figure something else out about that. Let's move on to paper. I'm gonna just use regular copy paper. This is actually Koala Matte copy paper. It's like flyer paper. It's nice and thick, so it's not see-through whenever you print onto it, and I really like it. Now, one of the questions that is constantly brought up in my Facebook group is whether or not people can use this to close the ends of their chip bag wrapper, right? Closing the top and sealing the bottom. Now, I need to make sure that you understand something. The reason that this works on certain types of plastics or what have you is because it is melting that material, and the material is melting onto itself, creating a seal. Now, as we know, plastics and things like that, when you heat them up, what happens? They melt. But when you heat up paper, what happens? It burns. It does not melt. It burns. So, and people just seem to forget that, which, I mean, I understand, you know, you start getting to thinking, well, it works on a chip bag, right? it works on like a legitimate bag of chips, not on a party favorite chip bag wrapper that we make out of paper, right? So let's check it out on this paper. So let's just say that, you know, I folded it, what have you, right? I'm gonna go ahead and do that just like I would a chip bag. And I'm going to test out what happens when I use it here on the bottom. If I start a fire, you guys call 911, okay? So I'm leaving it on for a few seconds because I want to see what happens. All right, so you can barely see it, but you can see the shape of like a crimp. Let me do it up here, and I'm going to leave it for even longer. I do feel it's hot to the touch, by the way, this thing, so be careful with it. So it's not like as hot as, like, let's say like a clothing iron where you would absolutely burn yourself, but it is hot. All right, so on this one you can see it a little bit better, how it created that ridging type of texture right here. But of course, it did not close this together. And that's because paper, you know, you can't force it to glue onto itself. And if you're thinking, well, what if I added like a little adhesive tape here and then did it? I don't recommend doing that. I just truly don't, because we don't know what the effects could be with that. I just generally don't think that something like that would be safe. So either way, you need to be using just adhesive tape or glue, whatever. And then if you really don't want to buy yourself just a normal handheld crimper from Amazon, you know, similar to the one that I use in all of my videos, then I guess you could get this, you know. But at the same time, because these come so small, by the way, I looked at a whole bunch of these. They're all small like this. I couldn't find any that was like as big as, let's say, a hair straightener. You would be having to do one side and then turn other side, turn this side. You know what I'm saying? You would just be wasting a lot of time. And I don't really understand for what. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you were wondering, if you could use it for, I just think you're better off getting a handheld paper crimper. It's so much faster, it's stronger, so it creates better ridges. And with the handheld paper crimper, you can use it on glossy paper as well. This, because it produces heat, I do not recommend using it on photo paper. You know, glossy paper, again, I can just imagine the effect it would have. I'm imagining like, yeah, that plastic like melting off. This is matte normal copy paper, so, you know, I don't mind applying heat to it, or at least a little bit of heat. So, you know, I just don't recommend you using it on glossy photo paper. But anyways, as far as using it around your house, I mean, I do like it for that. I'm gonna go start selling all my dang snack bags, because I buy lots and lots of snacks, but then I never really eat them. By the time I remember that I have it, it's been like 3 weeks. And so they all end up going stale, they go bad, and I have to throw them away. So I really needed to find something a little bit more, you know, usable. That way I could eat my snacks. But yeah, so, you know, that was my review of this little heat up sealer. Again, I'm a little sad that I can't use it for normal plastic, like Ziploc type plastic. My self-seal bags are just as thin as this, the ones that I use for shipping out a lot of my other stuff. So I don't think I'm going to even try it on those bags. I'm just gonna have to start buying smaller little baggies for my lighters, you know, which sucks. I didn't want to have to do that. Anyways, if you like this video, if it finally answered your question of like, why isn't everybody just using that to make their chip bags? Well, there you go. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Say hi in the comments. I know that I don't post too regularly, but hey, I really am trying. I promise to get to it more now. And if you're wondering, hey, Adriana, what's going on with your templates? I have a template membership now. The link is going to be in the description box below if you want to check it out. There's a lot of facts there, meaning frequently asked questions. If you want to check that out, again, tell me hi, join the Facebook group, what have you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.